Hey everybody, it's week 3 of the college football season, which means it is time for me to make my picks this week. But before I get into that, let's take a look at how I did last week. Last week there were a total of 22 games that I picked from the top 25, and I went 18-4, which also included my upset pick of Colorado. I almost called them Buffalo. Colorado beating Nebraska in overtime. Gotta say, last week was a really good week of college football. Probably one of the best weeks that I can remember in quite some time. You had Colorado and Nebraska, like I mentioned. Army, Michigan going to double overtime. I really thought Army had them on that one. Plus some non-top 25 games that went into overtime. BYU, Tennessee, Louisiana Monroe, Florida State. So, pretty good week overall for college football, I thought. Now, how do I look after 2 weeks? Well, I know it's only the early stages of the college football season, but I gotta say I'm doing a pretty good job. So far, I am 40-7 on this college football season, and 1-1 on my upset specials. So, will the upset alert come in week 3? Have to wait and see. So, let's jump into this week's games within the top 25. And we start with a Friday night game as 20th ranked Washington State plays Houston. Washington State is a 9-point favorite to beat Houston. It is the battle of the Cougars. I'm going to go with the Cougars. The Cougars of Washington State. I think they're going to hold off Houston. Houston, they're 1-1 right now. I thought when they played Oklahoma, I thought they'd do a little bit better, but they were okay. I think Washington State's going to be fine. They'll beat Houston. 21st ranked Maryland is going to be at Temple this week. The Terps are a 7-point favorite. And yes, I have been watching Maryland so far. And in the first 2 games, they have scored 142 points in their first 2 games. And they've only allowed 20 points. I see Maryland winning this one. They're going to go 3-0. I made the mistake of going against them last week. I'm not doing that this week. The Terps are going to beat Temple, but Maryland should be careful. This could be a trap game. 13th ranked Penn State is home against Pittsburgh. The Nittany Lions are a 17-point favorite to beat the Panthers. I like Penn State so far. They had a little bit of trouble with Buffalo for a little while, but the second half came around. They got it all together, and they ended up winning it, so I'm going to go Penn State over Pitt. Ohio State has their first conference game of the season this week as 6th-ranked Ohio State goes to Bloomington to play Indiana. The Buckeyes are a 15.5-point favorite. I like Ohio State beating Indiana. 3rd-ranked Georgia hosts Arkansas State. The Bulldogs are a 33.5-point favorite to beat Arkansas State. Should be no problem. Georgia will get the victory there. 7th-ranked Notre Dame, after their victory against Louisville and coming off of a bye week, will be hosting New Mexico. Now, Bob Davies, the former coach of Notre Dame, won't be at this game due to health reasons. Hopefully he gets better. Notre Dame is a 35-point favorite. I like the Fighting Irish to beat New Mexico. 2nd-ranked Alabama has their first true road game of the season, and it's in conference play. They're going to be at South Carolina. Alabama's a 25.5-point favorite. I like the Crimson Tide over South Carolina. 24th ranked 24th ranked USC is at BYU. The Trojans are a 4-point favorite to beat Brigham Young. Now, BYU had that big win last week against Tennessee to avoid an 0-2 start. BYU is a bit of a feisty team. They went up, beat Tennessee, had a bit of a battle with Utah the week before, but I think USC is going to hold them off. I like the Trojans winning that one. Stanford goes to 17th ranked UCF. The Golden Knights are a 7.5-point favorite. I like UCF beating Stanford. For the control of Iowa, the Hawkeyes of Iowa, 19th ranked in the country, will be playing the Cyclones of Iowa State. Iowa State not ranked only because they probably... The only thing I can think of is they didn't play last week, and that's why they didn't... they weren't ranked. Plus, they had a hard time with Northern Iowa. I'm going to take the Hawkeyes. I think Iowa is going to win that one. Arizona State travels to East Lansing to play 18th ranked Michigan State. The Spartans are a 13.5-point favorite. This is a revenge game for the Spartans. They want to beat up on the Sun Devils after what happened last year, and I think they will get that done. I like Sparty to win this one over the Sun Devils. 11th ranked Utah will play Idaho State. Utah is at home. They are a 36.5-point favorite. Gonna take Utah on that one. 16th ranked Texas A&M is home against Lamar. Texas A&M, 43.5-point favorite to win that one. I like the Aggies to rebound after that beating they took in Clemson. They're going to come back and win this one. 8th ranked Auburn hosts Kent State. The Tigers are a 35-point favorite. Should be no problem. Going to take Auburn over Kent State. It is September, but this is a pivotal SEC East matchup as 9th-ranked Florida goes to play Kentucky. The Gators are an 8-point favorite to win this game. And this is where I'm going to call my upset alert because I think Kentucky is going to beat Florida for the second year in a row. I like the Wildcats over the Gators in this one. 23rd ranked Washington hosts Hawaii. The Huskies are a 21-point favorite. I like Washington beating Hawaii in that one. Northwestern State in Louisiana, they're going to play LSU. The Tigers are a 51-point favorite. Should not be a worry there. LSU will get the victory. 25th ranked Virginia hosts Florida State. The Cavaliers are a 7-point favorite. Should be an interesting contest. Florida State, in all honesty, they should probably be 0-2 right now after, well, them losing to Boise State and then the close game with Louisiana Monroe. Virginia is going to win this one. They're going to go 3-0. The number one team in the country, Clemson, travels up north to play Syracuse in the Carrier Dome. Clemson's a 27.5-point favorite. Syracuse gave them a run for their money last year, almost had them, but I said that last week about Texas A&M, and Clemson took care of Texas A&M. I think Clemson is going to take care of Syracuse. 5th ranked Oklahoma travels west to play UCLA. The Sooners are a 23-point favorite. Oklahoma will take that one, a pretty easy one, over UCLA. 12th ranked Texas is at Rice. Texas is a 32-point favorite. This could be a little bit of a danger game after such an emotional loss against the Tigers, but shouldn't be a problem. Texas will beat Rice. 22nd ranked Boise State hosts Portland State. The Broncos are a 31.5-point favorite. Really shouldn't be a problem there. I'm going to take Boise State on that one. And finally, 15th ranked Oregon hosts Montana. The Ducks are a 36.5-point favorite. I like Oregon to win that one. So again, my upset special this week, if you're looking for one, Kentucky beats 9th-ranked Florida at home. So, do you agree with my picks? Do you disagree with my picks? Do you think I'm going a little bit insane? If you want to comment, leave a comment below and give me your thoughts, your opinions on my picks in week number 3 of the college football season. And I will talk to you guys next week for another round of college football picks.